Have you ever wondered how to make a boutonniere? Those things that you can never seem to figure out how to pin correctly on a guy's suit? Well, after these next few minutes, you'll know how. First off, we're going to start with supplies. We need a light gauge wire. I have 26 gauge wire here. Some green floral tape. Some scissors. A little bit of twine, and some boutonniere pins. As for the flowers, we're going to need a focal flower. Here I have pink spray roses, and then we need an accent flower, and I'm using some purple Lipsonium, and then we need a green, and I will be using a leather leaf fern. So to begin, we're going to take our focal flower and just cut one off of the stem. And the stem actually needs to be bare. So everything, the thorns and any leaves have to be removed from the stem so that it is completely bare. Next, we're going to need to remove all of the guard petals. And these are just the outside flowers of the rose, the ones that might have a little bit of wear on them. It's just making the rose look healthier and neat for the final boutonniere. So once we have that, we're going to take a piece of our wire, just about this size right here, and we are going to push it through the bottom of the rose. So it's about halfway through, just like this, and then we'll bend it down around the base. And then we can't leave the wire exposed, so we're going to take our floral wrap, our floral tape, and wrap it around the base and around the wire. And in order for this tape to stick, you have to stretch it first, and then it will stick to itself. And the reason why we're using the wire is to make sure that the boutonniere stays nice and sturdy, just so when the groom or the groomsmen are hugging relatives or friends, that you make sure that it doesn't bend or break. And once we have that down to the desired length, we're going to cut the tape, just like that. And next, we're going to move on to our accent flowers. And we're going to do the same exact thing with the Lipsonium. Cut off a little piece, and then remove all of those base flowers until you just have a nice bare stem, just like that. And in order to make it balanced on both sides, I'm going to cut another piece. And remove the bottom petals, just like that. Now we're going to move on to the leather leaf fern, and I'm going to cut just one stem off, this one, and like we've done for the last ones, we're removing about half of the petals, so that you have that nice clean stem, because we're going to be taping that stem. So just like that. And now for the fun part, we're going to arrange all of these different flowers. So first we take your focal flower, the rose, and then we're going to take our accent flowers and kind of just put them behind. And you kind of just mess around with them until you get that desired look. So I'm going to kind of back those with that. And then you take your greens and put that on the back as well. And I'm just kind of wiggling it around until I got the desired look. And after I think I got it how I like it, just like that, I'm going to take my green floral tape once again and wrap it around the base so that everything stays together. Once again, I'm stretching the tape and twisting as I go along. And a lot of people will actually leave the the boutonniere wrapped in the green floral tape, but since we're going for kind of a more rustic look, we're going to finish it off with something a little bit different. So I'm just wrapping it until you have all the wire covered, and then we're just going to cut off the end. We're going to cut it so you have like a good 2.5 inches long base, just like that. And then we're going to be taking our twine and wrapping it around the base using our hot glue gun. And then you have your final piece after you wrap the twine, and you put your boutonniere pins right in there so that it's ready to go for the wedding day, and you can store it in a refrigerator, a nice cool place, so that it stays fresh for the wedding day or prom or whatever event you might be using it for. So next time you need a boutonniere for an event, instead of going to a florist and paying very expensive prices, you can make it on your own. And here is the finished product.